Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. And it's time for a bit of a collection tour. So I thought I'd break it down and start with my newest collection. So this is the Hot Toys collection. So I've only been a 1/6 collector for about 3 months now. So I've gone in a bit deep, as I always do. So I'm going to take you through the new cabinets. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's 12-inch time. Right, so the fact that the better half, Cheeky Monkey Kiara, likes the Hot Toys means that they're allowed down here in the living room. So from previous collection videos, you may recognise the Mafex and the Detolf section there. So they're just around the corner here in prime viewing of the television and everything. So I've got two IKEA Billy bookcases. Now down the side, I have gone for some of the actual movie posters from the films that are represented in the Hot Toys collection. So there's one unit on that side. The pesky radiator got on the way on the other side, so the other unit is over here. So I will go through both units. You'll see an erroneous Cobra Commander, who is mint on card from the His Tank. He's still in there. So let's just go one by one and show you what I've managed to pick up in the first 3 months. So I've got glass doors on the actual bookcases there, so I will open them up and we take a closer look because you'll get the reflection, and you keen-eyed viewers will notice the Home Alone house there Cheeky Monkey has in the background. So this is the DC collection, and I will take you through it. Right, so we'll start down the bottom of the DC cabinet then. So I do apologise about any potential dodgy lighting, but the way I've lit it, if I just show you under there, is I've got a strip of LEDs sort of hidden through the back of each unit. So it looks really nice in person, but it's quite hard to actually get across on camera here. So we will start with the most modern of the Batman, of course. It is Ben Affleck, because I haven't got the Robert Pattinson yet, because he isn't out yet here in the UK. But Pattinson is on pre-order, as a lot of these Hot Toys figures are. So I've tried to go sort of DC, Marvel and Star Wars. So limit myself to 3 themes and 3 themes only, so I don't go too crazy. So this is from Zavvi here in the UK. Got this in a sale, and it is a 2-pack of the Affleck Nightmare Batman and the black suit version of Henry Cavill Superman. So this is the more modern versions. This is the 2.0 of this Ben Affleck Batman, and it is a fantastic figure. Affleck is, I don't know, I think Affleck's suits are probably my favourite in the DC line of the DC movies. So sad to see Affleck go, but I do like Pattinson's suit as well. But I think this is my favourite version, which is Affleck in his sort of nightmare outfit. And then over there we have Henry Cavill as well in the black suit. Pretty much only got him because it's part of a 2-pack. Otherwise this would have been a pure sort of Batman display, because that is what I'm trying to do over here. And if I zoom in right close there, you can see all the detail there on that great head sculpt and the textures on the suit, and that sort of fake jacket or fake leather material they've gone for really does look very nice indeed. Over across to Bale then. So this is the Dark Knight Rises version of the Christian Bale suit. Again, all these Hot Toys do come on nice sort of bases I can display here. Can probably go just about too deep for figures in this cabinet, but not with these bases, because as you see, these deeper bases do take up a lot of space there. So if I can get a nice zoom in for you on the head sculpt there, really nice head sculpt, and again great sort of suit textures detail on the suit they're using the Dark Knight Rises, and mainly I think pretty much the same suit in the Dark Knight. So that is old Bale himself there, looking rather nice. And it's a Bale double, because of course you've got to have the version from Batman Begins, because it's a much different suit. Again, this is the 2.0 version, the non-shiny version, because they did release the first version of this that was quite shiny. So this is the non-shiny version. All those accessories for a bit of a, who fancies a bit of spelunking. If you fancy a bit of spelunking, then you can convert old Bale into his spelunking version as well. So got both versions of Bale. And of course, pre-orders, you can probably imagine, are in for the 2.0 Bane and the 2.0 version of Heath Ledger Joker. And again, a great likeness there. If I can get a nice focus, there we are, on the chin. Always a nice chin with Batman. So there is the Christian Bale chin. So we're waiting for all the villains to fill out that shelf, and Pattinson Batman, and that'll be my sort of modernish Batman. So it's time to go to the 1990s. Now, if you've seen my top 23 of 2023, you will know one of these figures was very, very highly ranked. So if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but one of these is definitely highly ranked. So here we have Val Kilmer from Batman Forever, and we have, of course, Chris O'Donnell version of Robin. Look at the nipples. Look at that dick. Well, what else can I say, ladies and gentlemen? What a figure this is. So you get a few accessories, the Batarang accessories from Batman Forever. You've got the sonar suit version of Val Kilmer over there. And again, if I come right in on that head sculpt, you will see some fantastic detailing. You can't beat these Hot Toys for facial detailing. How I'm going to pay for them all, I do not know, because I've gone a bit crazy on the pre-orders. But Batman Forever, terrible film, really. But when I was a kid, this was absolutely everything to me. This was the film that came out when I was about 7, 8 years old. So this is Batman and Robin in my eyes as a little kid. So to actually have these represented in the collection is pretty cool indeed. So hopefully we can get a Jim Carrey and a Two-Face that would really top this off. So that is the Batman section covered so far. So this is where we've been so far. We've been to the modern times, we've been to the 1990s, but let's go to the 1960s and of course the 1980s. So this big gap here is waiting for Michael Keaton Batman, the 2.0 version with the sort of statue base. And there's also waiting for the Jack Nicholson Joker, the regular version, and the new version that's just come out from Mars Toys. But here we have my sort of piece de resistance, I suppose I could say, of the Hot Toys collection. I have the official, the mime version of the 89 Jack Nicholson Joker. Now, I've waited all my life for a Jack Nicholson figure. It's pretty much the reason that I've decided to collect these Hot Toys figures, is this figure right here, is the Jack Nicholson Joker. So, couldn't afford the crazy prices on the aftermarket of the basic version of 89, so I went for the mime version, and that head sculpt is just phenomenal. It might be quite hard to focus in, and that's probably the best I can do, but it looks identical to Jack Nicholson in this scene from the film, and you get quite a nice sort of cardboard backdrop there of the Gotham sort of City Hall steps to use as well. So I will be getting the Mars Toys version of the Jack Nicholson Joker to go with it, but for now that is the mime version. And then we go all the way back to, of course, Batman 66. Here is the Cesar Romero version. Again, this is not Hot Toys, this is Mars Toys. And some of their stuff they're doing at the moment does look phenomenal. I've just seen a review of the Michael Keaton in the business suit that looks phenomenal. And look at that head sculpt there. Look at the mustache as well. Hidden, there you go. There's his mustache. What a face sculpt that is from Mars Toys for the Cesar Romero version. They are shrinking this down for you 1/12 collectors, because they've just announced this version in 1/12. But that is my Joker shelf at the moment. And again, we're just waiting for more Jokers and more Michael Keaton. And for the first time today, we go to a galaxy far, far away. And the first of my Star Wars figures. So the bottom 3 shelves here will be DC. The bottom 3 on the other side will be Marvel. And the top of each side will be Star Wars. So we've gone for a Tusken Raider, one of my sort of favourite characters from the original New Hope film. He just terrified me as a kid, sort of waving his gaffy stick in the air. So I thought he's a good one to start with, and he was in the Comic and Cocktails sale. So he started me off with Hot Toys, and then I had to do a bit of eBay backtracking because I've never had the Sarlacc pit. And look at the detail on this thing. This thing is absolutely nuts. The detail you've got in this sort of 1/6 scale Sarlacc pit. The tentacles are nearly 12 inches long, so I might even put this in the 3 3/4 figures upstairs and sort of have the skiff floating over the Sarlacc, because I think that might actually scale quite well. And there is the Boba Fett that goes with it, the Return of the Jedi version of Boba Fett himself. As you can see, I've only just got this one recently, and I haven't even taken the plastic wrap off him yet, so he is there on his base. He will actually attach to the Sarlacc pit and fly over, and I've not even put his backpack on, so some work to do in this cabinet, but that'll keep me busy in 2024. And we head over then to the second cabinet now, which I say is 3 shelves of Marvel. I say ignore the random Cobra Commander that's sort of in there for safekeeping, and 1 shelf for Star Wars. Right, the Star Wars shelf on this side is looking pretty bare. So Darth Vader is on pre-order, and Bespin Luke Skywalker has literally just turned up. So I might put him in the collection, or at least unbox him at the sort of end of this video as a little bonus. But there is a Bespin version of Princess Leia. She is up there all on her lonesome. So I need to get Lando I need to try and find any version of Han or Obi-Wan as well, so that'll be a bit of backtracking, I think. Then we come down here, and this shelf will be for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the sort of Sony-verse figures will be here, and also Hugh Jackman Wolverine will be coming onto this shelf. But at the moment, we have just got the, I think it might be Premier Toys, I'm not fully sure which company it is. It's a third-party version of the Kurt Connors, the lizard from The Amazing Spider-Man. So it's got a cool sort of bit of drool dangling down there. Of course, I famously had a Marvel Select version in the Marvel Legends cabinet for a long time, but I've upgraded now to the full sort of 12-inch version. Well, he's even taller than 12-inch, really. He's nearly at 16 inches there, is that lizard. So we'll now come down into the rest of the Marvel, because the rest of that shelf, of course, is waiting for a lot of pre-orders. And down here, we have the MCU. Right, we'll start here with good old Tom Holland, Cheeky Monkey's favourite. So she pretty much told me to buy this figure, so there he is. So that is the deluxe version of Tom Holland from No Way Home. It comes with this epic base piece here. So you've got pumpkin bombs, you've got fully articulated Doc Ock tentacles, a bit of sand for the Sandman, and of course some of the Statue of Liberty scaffolded in, and the box cube thing with a fancy name. Over across then to Mysterio. So Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. Now I saw this in Forbidden Planet many years ago and thought it was absolutely nuts looking. The details on that, on his sort of dome there. So I was like, I couldn't resist after all these years. So there he is. Mysterio had to be purchased. So I'm just trying to keep it basically the two shelves of MCU and just go for some of my favourite heroes and villains. So that is my favourite version of Tom Holland. I do like Mysterio, and I really do like this Benedict Cumberbatch head sculpt. What a head sculpt that truly is from Hot Toys. So I went for the version, of course, from No Way Home. So it becomes this huge base, casting all these spells and everything that, of course, Tom Holland does cock up for him and unleashes all of the villains. Now, talking villains, on the top shelf again there is more room, and that of course is waiting, as I said, for the Spider-Man, but it is waiting for the Willem Dafoe version of the Green Goblin from the original sort of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series. So that will be nice when that gets here, because that thing does look epic. So down to the final shelf then. So I pretty much got this figure because Marvel Legends have never given us this version of Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, so waited far too long. So I was like, right, I'm just going to get the Hot Toys version, and again that one was in the sale. So that is a Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, all the way back from Iron Man 2. Don't have an Iron Man yet, but I do have the Mark 6 from the start of Avengers or the end of Iron Man 2 to go with this figure. So Mark 6 is on pre-order. At the back there we have Loki. Again, technically the version from Endgame, so I got lucky I could pick some of these up in the sale. So there is Loki, representing the original Avengers film to me, but technically from Avengers Endgame. Around we come to the front then, and I went for the original Avengers version of Cap, but again managed to get it cheaper because it's branded as Endgame, so it's still available at UK retail. Oh, still got my dodgy throat. I had to pause there just to cough, so I might get over this illness at some point in 2024. But there is the Steve Rogers head sculpt there of Chris Evans. Another cracking head sculpt, and again you notice I've gone for sort of the unmasked Tom Holland, the unmasked Steve Evans, because it's just a really great head sculpt. So that is my version of Cap. And then this thing is utterly nuts. It's the Mark 1 version of Ultron, and the detail on this is just extraordinary. Managed to pick this up for only £150 on eBay, so I was quite impressed with that. So as you can see, you've got all the actually got real wiring and everything on there. He does light up. It's just fantastic. Again, another figure we've not had in Marvel Legends form is this version of Ultron. And I've always liked the Avengers Age of Ultron film, and just the detail. Cannot get over the detail on the wiring and everything. All the cut-off wires. Just a fantastic sculpt from Hot Toys on this. So I think that might be potentially my favourite Marvel figure in the collection so far. And then big dirty Thanos, so he takes up nearly the entire shelf. I've posed him out. He comes with this base piece there, you see there, his helmet, a really detailed, fully articulated glove there, the Infinity Gauntlet, the sort of Hulk version, and then just massive. I think this was the most expensive hot toy I bought, just because it is just so big. I don't know if I'm going to get a zoom in on his face there. Probably the best I can do with the lighting. But this is the battle damaged version from the Avengers Endgame, the final battle version. You got the broken sort of melee weapon there. I'm not actually sure what that weapon is called, but fantastic likeness again. You can see the sweat on him. If you see these in person, so you can see these in Forbidden Planet, where they're in the case. Just looks fantastic, the detail. So that is the Hot Toys so far. Right, then here is Bespin Luke that has just arrived. So my first Hot Toys unboxing of 2024. Let's see what's inside. Straight away, you can see the fantastic artwork on the inside of the box. You've got a nice sort of shiny embossed Star Wars logo, and images of Luke having a good old battle with Darth Vader. And being a deluxe, and of course you get the sort of foam padding that keeps Luke in there, and you get your little sort of all the different logos and everything on there. So looking very nice so far. So we got the second tray underneath with the base and all the other accessories you get. You get 2 different bases with the deluxe version, and you also get this, the Luke head sculpt inside the Darth Vader helmet from The Empire Strikes Back. And oh, wanted this all my life, literally. So to get this particular piece finally, and to get it in Hot Toys form, like an excited little 10-year-old. So you get the 2 different base pieces. You get the Dagobah base with a little accessory I've got down here, fancy modelled by my kneecap, and then you've got the Bespin base as well. And look at this USB feature there, so you can charge it up, as this bad boy will potentially light up as well. And in the tray you've got the light up lightsaber, the normal lightsaber, the interchangeable arms, batteries. It's all going on. And here's old Luke out the packaging, and my goodness, what a head sculpt that is. So that is a great version of a Mark Hamill, who is very hard to get his likeness captured. So I think Hot Toys have done a great job on this figure here. So let me just place him very briefly in the collection, because I think I'll spend some more time with him after the video. Right, so there is the basis you get. It's all in the collection. I do love that little Darth Vader Luke Skywalker helmet. So I've just put him in there briefly. We'll give him a good pose later and sort out all the lightsabers. But that is Luke in for now. And Luke and Leia, of course, together at long last in Jay's toy collection. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is my first sort of Hot Toys collection tour. I'm sure that will expand over 2024, as Luke is the first purchase of 24. And it's only literally been 3 months since I started collecting Hot Toys. So lots more to come as we focus on DC, Marvel and Star Wars Hot Toys. But of course there is plenty of other videos on the channel, and there will be a full collection tour coming at some point soon, but that might be quite a long one. So ladies and gentlemen, if you please could give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed already, then please do subscribe to the channel, and please feel free to comment away. What Hot Toys would you like to see come to the collection this year? So I have been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. This has been my first action figure tour of 2024, and that was 12 inches of goodness. I'll see you, of course, on the next video.